Yeah, Theo's only 6'7", but we're going to give he plays like he's 6'9".
Don't steal those 2 inches from
Have you stood next to Theo recently? That is an underestimation.
Well, there's a look at Theo Brunner, who they start on, and it is 2 absolute giants at the net. It's going to be fun to watch them go head-to-head. Here's a look. Andy Benesh out of USC.
He goes to the jump serve here. He did a lot of floating in the last match.
And again, a joust. Pop back up. Theo Brunner sends it into the angle. The 22-year-old sends it to the sand. That's Miles Partain out of UCLA. Theo Brunner, dad to 2. He's got his kids all the way from Greece. They just took a vacation and now are hanging out in the South Bay for this one.
Playing pro volleyball summers in Greece. Yeah, that sounds lovely.
Ioana. There's the spread offense and the lefty. That's something they're going to have to pay attention to the arm of Miles Partain on that right side.
Yeah, you have to. If you were with us for the semifinals, you saw a kind of ebb and flow of that on-2 game. They will both hit on-2, but they'll also jump set. You're going to see the exact same movement, jump in the air, but instead of swinging, going to set their partner. Both players will do it. They option quite a bit, Partain and Benesh.
Speaks to the development of the game, and that is an absolute rainbow of a serve, but that is an aggressive angle.
Now listen, blockers not only play with position of their hands, they play a lot with timing here. A little bit late is Benesh. He's taking a read off of Brunner across from him, and that's why he's reading the body language and he makes that big move to the right-hand side, but also the attack timing. You'll see different height sets, you'll see different jumps, different arm swings. There's such tremendous subtle variation. There's the jump set. That one's slapped back.
Beautiful recycle from Partain and Benesh. The jump set is a thing of beauty. It's probably my favorite part of the game now. I mean,
you could just straight set people into the grave on your way to the finals.
Which is exactly what these two have done.
They have, until they hit the semis.
Another little jumpy jump from Miles Partain. Play some more volleyball?
He'd be funnier if he had time to think about it and post on Instagram.
Quick feet for Trevor Crabb. And he smacks it.
And there's where he's dangerous.
He won the next 2 alongside Bourne. Working that split blocking system. This is a bit more traditional, but that is anything but traditional. We hope you're joining us from home on the monster block call. Throw those hands in the air. Little cut, they like that one.
Well, the movement, we talked about the jump setting being an innovation in the game. The difference in attack patterns, the point at which you start your reception to the point at which you attack. The ground you cover, sometimes switching sides, sometimes coming inside out or outside in.
Little trouble on the first contact. And you have to be able to set in this game.
That's referred to as hitting 1,000 in the sport of volleyball, by the way, if you're perfect.
We'll take our automatic technical timeout at
11-10 brings us to the technical timeout. One of the unique personalities on the AVP. I asked him best thing he's learned on YouTube. He started talking to me about quantum physics.
Well, I think the option offense would say you can be an attacker and a setter. Here, he's an attacker.
Miles Partain, high ball. Tough on that right side with the right shoulder. Good touch. And great vision from Miles Partain, one of the best in this sport. Option jump set again. They go right back to it. Trevor had an incredible stab at that ball.
You are the beneficiary, the volleyball fan across America. Get a chance to cheer on your team, be a part of the new paradigm shift in the sport.
One just missed into the top of the net.
Well, they've been going with a lot of short serves in general.
Tug up and return back to sender. Theo Brunner and Trevor Crabb with some defense.
Listen, either side, with those big men at the net, you know when you dig a ball, you can put it on top of the tape. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be settable. You can just have them turn and burn.
Oh, that's pretty. And that's even prettier.
The years we're talking about the names on the pier, there was no jump setting going on. It was a completely different approach to the game. But that thing is clean.
I mean, just how hard is that? jump setting on the beach, an uneven surface that moves on you constantly?
Well, forget the wind. I mean, that's mainly the issue is the wind as well. Here in stadium today, midday.
Hold your breath. That ball is right back. Send it right through the middle. Down to one knee is Theo Brunner. And looking from the top floor, but it's an error.
Oh, missed contact.
Great visual. Set point. Cleaning up his hands and smashing it to the middle. That's so Trevor.
Hey, he's an offensive juggernaut. He proved so in this first set. Crabb ends up hitting nearly 900, powering his team to victory.
Miles Partain facing off against Trevor Crabb and Theo Brunner.
Yeah, for Benesh and Partain, that first set, pretty well played. Strangely referred to as 1,000.
Kevin Barnett, the new statistics teacher at your local high school.
Well, we should have Miles Partain do it, actually. He and Marcus, exceptional at math.
Trevor Crabb finding that first error on the attack. No good, says Andy Benesh.
Near 900, so that's going to be a thing that'll guarantee your victory. Here, he's been stopped a couple of times already. And will it be another time? No, it will not. But they've already gotten a hold of it both defensively and at the net.
High ball. Oh, and that is pretty. That's something a middle blocker knows how to do. Little cross-body action for Andy Benesh.
Typically, they don't know how to hit a high ball, though. But
that's true.
This is part of their regular offense, putting the ball way into the sky to give themselves time to choose between set and hit.
Had to beat his brother to get to this final.
That's happened quite a bit. We've had a lot of crab boils on the AVP.
I go, you go, we go. We find a point.
Tremendous communication.
Trevor back to serve again. His brother Taylor in the semifinals as he tries to find the dig there, but check this out. This is the 7th straight year at least one Crabb brother has played in the Manhattan Beach final. It's a lot of Crabb.
That's wild. And just those two guys, the dominance of Hawaiian volleyball indoors and out over the last few years, pretty amazing.
Ryan Wilcox now in the mix.
Yeah, he's in the mix. They didn't have the best tournament, he and Triborn, but I expect big things from them moving forward.
Hot pocket for Trevor Crabb.
And we're not giving out pastry-filled pepperoni pies either.
Too easy, Trevor Crabb. A little ice cream served up. Put some sprinkles on that one.
Trevor Crabb.
Where he had one of the biggest celebrations I've ever seen him have on the AVP. Side set. It's like poetry in motion. They just float. Downtown getting into this one.
You have to be able to vary on the fly.
There's that spread offense. It's a little different. This sport used to just be all about up and down setting, and all of a sudden, we're starting to see that first contact be weaponized.
Well, certainly, and that ball pushed really high and far across the net. Andy Benesh having to drop his arm and push it, and he goes long side of the court to have maximum distance.
One to the tech. Out of the middle. And again, downy soft from Trevor Crabb.
Well, it's the angle. You have to pull it off the net.
Instead, they go deep into the corner.
Well, yeah, they're trying to play short, deep games. And having none of it was Trevor Crabb.
Too far, and it's Miles Partain. Blocking out the noise and adding to the stat sheet.
Listen, he's gone up and jousted a few overpasses in his day. That is the role of a setter indoors. That's what he was. That is in his wheelhouse.
Spent time at UCLA, then decided to pursue professional beach volleyball. As you can see why.
Beautiful read by Trevor. Love that position. and too much offense. This is what it is. Set coming in. The conversion game of Trevor Crabb was going to matter, and that is making him lethal as he has gotten better and better at reading the opponents, the hitters, as he's gotten more reps defensively. He hasn't lost any of his offensive punch.
Well, and honestly, you watch him and you think it's nothing really that flashy, right? He's not running different routes, moving around, going forwards and backwards. He just knows exactly where that block and defense is. Executing at such a high clip. Nice cushion. Best block of the tournament.
Andy Benesh is fourth. Finally getting into that angle on Trevor Crabb. So if you're Andy and Miles, here's the bad news. The bad news is Trevor Crabb has outdug Miles 8-4 and had a ton of kills, right? That's the bad news. The good news is even through that, you're now tied. So if you cut just a little bit off of what has been an exceptional performance by your opponent, an unusually exceptional performance, you're going to take the lead in this set. We're going to go 3, and we're going to have 1 set to 15 to put your name on the pier and put yourself into the league.
You make a great point as we're just in the midst of a replay here from the service line. And that's the fact that it does feel pretty lopsided. Score just at 14-all
right,
in this second
set. The momentum in the feel of the match doesn't match the scoreboard. That happens sometimes.
Short serve again. I mean, sliding underneath that, you can't go under. But Trevor Crabb, being Trevor Crabb, throws a body in front of it. I'm here for it. Love it, Trevor. Faked again. It never gets old.
It's the same play.
"30 feet up. Good hands again. Miles goes for a second one. Trying to get his partner back to the net. Finds the middle again. The high line continues to work. That means up and over the top of the block.
Yeah, that's why I think you see the change in tactic there from the service line. They're starting to feel it. Feel that pressure that they need to convert at least 2.
Bringing out all the big stars. Vince Vaughn also here.
Welcome to LA. Welcome to the beach.
And welcome, Theo Brunner. Trevor Crabb scoops another. Little tomahawk action. Miles Partain, they don't like that set. Trevor ends the discussion.
Man, Jake, the transition. Trevor is just making some really nice pre-reads. He's not only running them down, but then coming back in attack, looking strong. His advancement has really been his ability to read and interpret what's in front of him, and it certainly has helped.
More airspace at LAX.
Yo!
No! Andy Benesh with the full layout. This ball is everywhere. It's traveled every corner.
Manhattan Beach, it is match championship point. We are
Brunner,
on
Crabb
our feet.
have brought themselves to championship point. Can Trevor find his 4th MBO title? Ducking out of the way.
Yeah.
Quick contact. Trevor Crabb to the line. Trevor and Theo, Manhattan Beach champs.
Beach Open winners and into the lead.
His 4th title in Manhattan Beach. Theo's first here in the South Bay.
I love the run straight to the family. Straight to bringing the family into it. This such a community affair, the sport of beach volleyball. Everyone plays, everyone hangs out, and tell you what, On the Walk of Legends, when you go down that Manhattan Beach Pier, you have to recognize the greatness that is Trevor Crabb in this venue. 4 of 5 is amongst the top ever.